Hey, what's going on, everybody? So it looks like a couple days ago we actually got a hands-on report from somebody over at PlayStation, and they uploaded their thoughts to the PlayStation blog. And since we were going over some of the information that we have gotten about Astro Bot since Summer Games Fest and the state of play, I just wanted to kind of go over this with you and see if there's any like interesting information that you might find in here, or there is some kind of like clips and pictures and stuff that we haven't seen in the initial launch trailer. So there is some new stuff in here. So I guess if you aren't looking to be spoiled on anything besides what was in the trailer, then you can click away. But from the stuff that I've seen so far, it's not really anything too wild. It's pretty much all related to the stuff that we had seen in the trailer. But anyways, let's just get right into it. So this is coming from Tim Turi, who is the content communications manager over at Sony Interactive Entertainment. And Tim says, Astro is back with his biggest adventure yet, and I had an opportunity to play about 40 minutes in an early preview. Team Asobi's colorful platformer is brimming with stages featuring empowering new abilities, inventive obstacles, and exciting PlayStation character cameos. So, real quick, the 40-minute preview is consistent with, it seems like, a lot of the people who got to play Astro Bot at Summer Games Fest. They have all said that the demo was about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And so I think that this was the demo that was given, or that was played by some of like the different media and reviewers and stuff. The demo packed 5 fun stages to explore, including full levels, smaller hardcore challenges, and a wet and wild boss fight. While only some stages were available to play in this preview, the galactic maps hint at the scale of the final game. Astro's new adventure hosts dozens of diverse stages and tons of cameo bots to rescue. Let's dive in. So we have some new footage here. I believe this area or this level is called like Construction Derby. But as you can see, there's like a lot of different cranes and stuff like that. And you have the new like jetpack dog. Dependable platforming controls. If you played through Astro's Playroom, you already know that controlling the little bot is a tight, responsive experience. Astro still has his trusty jump attack, charge spin attack, and versatile laser hover ability. If Team Asobi has made major updates to the core platforming mechanics, they're too subtle for me to notice. But if it ain't broke, and I believe that they did say that they have like slightly refined it or fine-tuned it, but anybody who has played Astro's Playroom, like I don't have any kind of idea on what they would have fully improved. I would imagine that maybe just some of the like the responsiveness is tightened up a little bit, but Astro's Playroom played pretty well for the most part. So it's probably nothing that's going to be too noticeable. Maybe stuff that's, since they have a lot more of like these booster pack looking abilities, maybe in-air controls are a little bit better, but I'm glad that they didn't drastically change it or anything. A galaxy of various difficulty levels. Astrobot's overworld or over universe consists of multiple galactic maps. Once within the specific galaxy shown in the demo, myriad colorful planets dot the galaxy, each with their own levels. Hopefully, hovering over each level reveals its difficulty level: easy, normal, hard. So this is very similar to something kind of like Super Mario Galaxy, where you will, since they've already said that there are 6 galaxies with 80 levels, you will pick a galaxy, go in, and then there will be multiple planets, and each one of those planets will have multiple levels. And I'm assuming each of the galaxies will have varying amounts of levels and the difficulties and stuff, especially as you get further into the game. But I'm glad that they're splitting it up this way. It allows them to, explore a bunch of different things, because we all know that even though they are trying to hide it, of course, there are going to be some kind of like PlayStation themed planets and stuff, but I'm interested to see what those might be. So we have a little clip here. This is kind of what we saw at the beginning of the trailer, just landing in on a base little planet. So, Sky Garden, one of the galaxy's easy levels, Sky Garden, is a vision of idyllic paradise with pink robo flamingos waiting in inviting blue ponds. Cherry blossom trees dot the landscape with their petals floating atop the water. Astro explores across multiple connected floating islands in this stage. And we go down a little bit further. Inflated Astro. In Sky Garden, Astro can collect a new item that pumps him full of air, swelling him to rotund proportions. Not only does this help you reach new hidden heights, it's also adorable. It is very adorable seeing a little Astro filled up with air and stuff. But I'm interested to see kind of like how all of these things interact with the DualSense controller, because I have a feeling that obviously when the air is being deflated, I'm sure the adaptive triggers and the rumble and the controller will make it feel like a balloon deflating and stuff, but all of that's going to be really fun. Swimming robot. Astro must have received a software update since Astro's Playroom because he can now explore underwater for hidden bots and treasures. The controls are simple with circle button to descend and X button to ascend. So this is actually, I'm glad that they did this because now they can have a little bit more freedom and variety in terms of the different gameplay and like different abilities that you might have, because you might have ones that work better underwater and give you like a propeller back or something that helps you move fast and stuff. So I'm glad that they added something like that. It just gives them a lot more creativity and stuff. But this little clip right here of Astro swimming underneath the water and stuff, it looks really pretty with all the fish and stuff. Hidden secrets. Speaking of swimming, plunging into a pond revealed an underwater area protected by the effects of water by a bubble dome. Defeating the enemies within reveals a hidden hole. Inside, a bot themed after Rivet from Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is held hostage by a group of enemies. Defeating these goons and draining the pool frees Rivet for a quick rescue. Subtle secrets like this underwater nook suggest players will be consistently rewarded for exploration. Got a couple of different pictures here. I love the Kratos bot. It looks like they went more in depth into the character designs for like the actual, like the cameo characters, but I can't wait to see all of them because they said that there's over like 150 of them. Construction Derby. Astro heads to a miles-high construction site for this normal difficulty level. Could the name be a reference to the early original PlayStation game Destruction Derby? Cranes, I-beams, scaffolding, and other equipment reach above the clouds, making for precarious platforming. A sumo bot guards a helipad halfway through the level, forcing Astro to target his vulnerable backside. And as you can see here, I like that when you're flying into the level, there is still something for you to do. It's not always just, okay, well, you're just kind of boring flying in, landing, not having to grab anything. That'll make, like, I'm assuming that there will be some levels where there are pretty intense, like, opening parts, and then it's a little bit easier, but that looks really cool. And I love the effects for, like, the text coming in, where you can see all the different, like, the PlayStation symbols and stuff in the background, but it's, like, in more of, like, a glitch effect, but I think that's cool. Everything is going to be super stylized, and I can't wait to get into all of it. Go down a little bit further. Dog Jetpack. Like Sky Garden's inflation ability, Construction Derby hosts a unique and cute gameplay mechanic. A new robot dog friend clings to Astro's back, granting a jet-powered boost serving both as an effective attack and lateral midair boost. The powerful dash also allows Astro to blast through specific walls to progress. I believe that they said that the name of the dog is called Barkster, but he's very cute, and I can't wait to be able to use him and stuff, because I can imagine that, like they show here where you're smashing through the glass, that there's probably going to be a bunch of cool mechanics and hidden little secret areas and stuff where it looks like you aren't able to break through it, but you can. But that'll be fun to explore. Unlocking hard stages. One planet within the galaxy, Swinging Sentries, was marked as hard difficulty. The deceptively simple bite-sized course features multiple platforms with enemies swinging spiky ball and chain weapons. Don't let the cute visuals and relatively short stage length fool you. Astro's hard difficulty will challenge seasoned platforming veterans, or platforming fans. Thankfully, quick respawns after each failure makes it easy to keep playing. Finishing this stage triggered a new comet to streak across the galaxy map, which exploded and took the form of another hard level. In Slowdown Showdown, Astro throws an hourglass item to slow down enemies, platforms, and environmental hazards that move impossibly fast. As a fun nod, both the hard stages were themed after the PlayStation's sacred symbols, circle for swinging sentries and X for Slowdown Showdown. Playful stage design. Levels are bursting with fun details and trinkets that exist just to be played with. Bouncy inflatable balls roll down a water slide with you in Sky Garden, and Construction Derby is littered with gooey paint buckets, shiny bolts, and colorful spray paint cans. Knocking these trinkets around is fun for the sake of it, and the detailed physics add to the joy. Yeah, just looking at the video of all those, like, the inflatable bouncy balls and stuff falling down, like, the art style and just the way that they have made everything and just the design of everything in Astro's Playroom is just very aesthetically and visually pleasing. And so I can't wait to see when it's not obviously being like super compressed through an uploaded picture on the or an uploaded video on the internet and then being recorded through here and stuff, but you can just tell that it's going to look really really good. Playful stage design. Oh, we already read that. Go down a little bit further. PlayStation character cameos. Rescuing bots is one of Astro's prime directives. Like past titles, these helpless friends are hidden around levels, hanging from ledges, hidden in bushes, or otherwise stranded. A game menu indicates how many bots are hidden throughout the stage, and PlayStation symbols mark special cameo bots. This subtle, fun wink lets players get excited to see what familiar reference may be discovered around the corner. I won't spoil the cameos here, but just know that there are many, many more than Astro's Playroom. Yeah, I believe that they have already said that there are over double the amount of cameo characters than there were in Astro's Playroom, so there's going to be quite a lot. But I am also glad that not every single one of the bots is a PlayStation reference that you're trying to rescue, because I know that one of the things that they are trying to do with this game is like try to let it stand on its own and just have things like the PlayStation stuff as references and cute little Easter eggs and stuff. But I am glad that they are trying to separate it a little bit, because I think that that's going to be really important for Astro moving forward, because Astro needs its own like recognizable characters and stuff, kind of like how Mario has Goombas and, you know, like Bowser and all these other like notable characters. I think that that'll be important for Astro moving forward. So I'm glad that they're not fully leaning into just only having the references. Rescued bots take a ride in your on-screen DualSense controller. Using the controller's motion sensing to make these buddy bots tumble and bounce around is a pure delight. Yet from people who have played it at Summer Games Fest, it kind of reminds them of the Nintendo HD Rumble, like trying to feel like how many pieces of ice are in the controller and stuff, because you can feel them all rolling around and like all the haptics and stuff. So I would imagine that as you get more and more of them, like it probably starts feeling really crazy. So I don't know, like if you start getting like 100 and something of them, how it feels, but that'll be interesting to see what they do. DualSense controller immersion. Astro's Playroom served as players' introduction to the PS5 console when it launched as a pre-installed title on consoles back in 2020. Team Asobi continues to wow with its expressive implementation of the DualSense controller's haptics and adaptive triggers. The haptic effects convey certain terrain texture as Astro pitter-patters across swishing grass, gritty paths, or splashes into a pond. One fun moment in Construction Derby involves a puzzle where Astro runs across a path made of circuitry, feeling for a secret switch via responsive haptics. I could see that, where you're like, as you're walking, the certain vibrations will get like stronger and stronger on like a panel that you need to like ground slam on or something like that. I think that that's good. I feel bad for people who have turned off their adaptive triggers and like haptics and stuff like that, because like they will definitely need it for this game. But I'm excited to see how much they have refined it, especially now that they're kind of going all out. And you can kind of see from this clip, I'll read the little bit first. It says Robot Octopus Boss Battle. The big boss of the galaxy featured in the demo is a massive octopus named Wako Taco. The aquatic stage begins with Astro landing on a shipwreck, getting a new item for the upcoming fight. These extendo frog boxing gloves allow Astro to punch from afar, swinging from grapple points, and grab onto posts to perform a slingshot style maneuver. Without giving away the boss fight's twists and turns, these gloves come in handy when destroying Wako Taco's snorkeling mask. Rest assured, Team Asobi's penchant for bombastic boss battles is thriving in Astro Bot. And yeah, so you can tell just by looking at the clip, and for people who have played Astro's Playroom, you can kind of already get a feeling of what's going to happen right here, where you will probably have to alternate between the left and right triggers to be like punching the gloves. And I'm assuming that there will be like the adaptive triggers where they give the resistance, kind of like how in the gotcha machine for Astro's Playroom, you have to like half pull it down to get ready to crush it, and then there's like resistance in the last half, and when you fully pull it down you have to press a lot harder, but it gives that satisfying kind of like visual feedback and stuff of the crunch of the little like gachapon ball. And so I would imagine that for here you're probably sitting there and like pressing them really fast and going back and forth, and so it feels satisfying to be like punching the hand and stuff. So I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of cool stuff like that, but that was one of the first things that I thought of when I saw this clip, was that like you can just tell that that's going to be fun to be playing. Mythical new companions. The preview ends with a sneak peek at new friends themed after Santa Monica Studios' latest God of War games. Astro discovers a capsized canoe floating in the water, knocking the boat upright, reveals an adorable bot version of Kratos and Atreus, and the crew takes flight together on the dual speeder. I've been lucky to play a good deal of game demos in my career, but rarely have I loudly groaned in disappointment when the good times came to a close. Team Asobi is cooking up an expansive and delightful game bursting with the lifeblood that defines great platformers: variety. Get ready to explore Astro's universe when Astro Bot launches on PS5 September 6th. So, yeah, not really like a whole lot of brand new information, but a lot of the talking points that were in this have been kind of repeated by other people who have played the game at Summer Games Fest, where they've all said that the gameplay, like, it feels amazing to play. Like, the DualSense is implemented really good. The level design is really good. It, like, for a lot of people, we'll have to wait and see when the full game releases, but a lot of people are saying that this is PlayStation's kind of like serious contender to something like a Mario, where no one has really been able to get to that degree of like a quality 3D platformer or anything like that. And so it'll be interesting to see kind of how Astrobot, like stands up to it, because I think that they have a very good shot, especially with how much that they implement stuff like the DualSense and stuff, because I know that a lot of people think that it is a gimmick and that it is not super amazing or immersive, but when people have played Astro's Playroom, I feel like it's kind of like a switch flipping, where you all of a sudden are like, oh, like this is really interesting. Like, I like how they are doing these things with the controller, and like this is kind of like how we can progress games moving forward, but unfortunately not a whole lot of people have taken advantage of it to the level of Team Asobi. So we'll have to kind of see if it's something that people get tired of as time goes on because they're just not used to having games that are like that, or if it'll be something that people really love and they want more games like this that take full advantage of the DualSense controller and stuff. But anyways, I just wanted to go over that with you. I think it's really interesting. I'm super looking forward to Astrobot. I absolutely loved Playroom, and I think that them fully trying a big platformer game is very smart, and I hope that it does really well, because like it looks like it's going to be an absolute blast. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you have any thoughts on the stuff that we shared today, please comment below. I love talking about these things. And especially with Astrobot coming out so soon, we're going to have probably a lot to talk about. Hopefully we get like a demo or something. That would be super sick. But anyways, I hope you all have a great one, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.